Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
honestly, it's fake news. It's fake.
Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty. It is nice to see you blow off some darn steam. That's what is on the calendar for today, sponsored by Miss Robin. It's nice to see you, beautiful biatches. Woohoo! Give yourself a round of applause. If you guys have not seen that Betty has been working like a crazy lady this morning, then you're not paying attention. That means you have not been over to our Substack. We have a Substack channel, folks, and I send out and work very hard. Today's story is about Dee Warner. If you guys remember Dee Warner, lady back in April 2021 that just disappeared. Husband said she just walked off. They got in a fight. She was done. She blew that popsicle stand. The problem is she was a mom and a grandmother, and she would never not speak to her children, nor see her grandchildren. And so it was very quickly that they started feeling like she didn't just walk off. Some foul play happened. They didn't trust her husband. Her husband was spending a lot of money, not doing a lot of good things. They were on their last leg. She wanted a divorce. She wanted to split and divide marital assets. Boom, she's gone. Never seen again. And then almost 4 years later, she's found in a fertilizer tank. And that he had cut open, welded shut, and painted it so it didn't appear that it had been tampered with, but it was. So if you guys are interested in stuff like that, please, by all means, get over to Substack, read it. Don't forget to heart it. You know the rule, the routine. Heart, like, share, subscribe, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. All right, folks. Thank you, guys. I see that there was a couple people that have already helped out this morning. If you guys don't know, we are going to South Carolina. We're covering the cases of Alec Murdaugh. We've been covering this case for a very long time, years. We've been covering this case. We've been to every aspect of this case, including behind the gates where Paul and Maggie lost their life. We were there for the Supreme Court. We were there for the auction. We were inside the auction. How crazy that auction was. If you guys are interested in the crazy case of Alec Murdaugh, go check out our channel and all the content we have there for the Alec Murdaugh case. He's asking the Supreme Court of South Carolina to allow him to have a second trial because the clerk of South Carolina kind of fuddled with his case and tried to put her hands on the scales of justice in his disfavor. And that's a no-no. She went to jail. She's lost her career. She's ruined her legacy. And she lied to a federal judge, a Supreme Court judge. Judge Toll lied to her face. I was there with the co-author, Neil Gordon, and his wife. We had a great conversation out there in front of the Supreme Court once before. And he had no idea. And I truly believe him. Him and his wife are very, very nice, gorgeous people. He had an opportunity that was approached to him. He thought it was a great idea. He got involved. He had no idea she was going to violate her oath of office to carry on with this book with him. He put a lot of personal funds in this book, and so did she. And that money was just burnt. And if you know anything about today, it's hard to write books and make a profit. So anyways, long story short, lesson learned all the way around with that particular case. So if you guys would like to pitch in or help out, you can do that by a variety of ways. We've got the goal going in the chat right now. We're going to be doing that goal for the next 30 days. We also have, GoFundMe, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal if you would like 100% of your contributions to go to us. If you'd like your name being called out with those, I'm happy to do so. Some people use those other methods to kind of keep their information private. So I don't ever want to, violate privacy and stuff like that. Let them 66, Melanie, it's nice to see you. Deanna, Oven Baby, it's nice to see you. Denise, good morning. Brenda, it's nice to see you. Tina, good morning. Reptile Wildlife. Stacy, Peggy, it's nice to see you. Lisa B, always, good morning. Vicky, it's nice to see you. Phil, good morning. Mama, it's nice to see you. Little Orange Man is up in the house. Good morning, blessed happy Nana. Oh, thank you. And Melanie says, happy Tuesday, everyone. Sending love to BHB and everyone. Prayers to whoever needs it. And don't forget to hit the like button for BHB. Thank you. Thank you. And we got another one from Let Them 66. It says, good morning, everyone. Much love. Prayer warriors. Thank you, my prayer warrior clan. Prayers to all and prayers all to the kids that are still missing. Sebastian Drake Rogers, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Who else do we have? Reba, good morning. MJ, it's nice to see you. Me and you. Dina, good morning. Kathleen, Phoenix Moon is up in the house. Cheyenne, good morning. Cows, it's nice to see you. Hi from Missouri. Well, howdy doody to you too. Okay, I need to quit doing that. That was rude. Well, howdy doody to you too. I'm just saying. I wanted to sound country, but I guess you guys sound mountain. I don't know how to sound mountain. I don't know how to. Did I do good? Did I? Oma from South Carolina. I can be seeing you soon. Are you going to be out there with me? Be nice. Be nice. Unicorn, it's nice to see you. Who else do we have here? I think I said hi to all of you guys so far. Scott, it's nice to see you. Good morning. It's nice to see you. Army Vet, good morning. CM, it's nice to see you. Alcoholic, good morning. My beautiful mods, the real me too. Pebble, oh, Auntie E's up in the chat. I missed you. Veronica, good morning. Mally Cat, wow, I missed a lot of you. Must have jumped down on me. We got Farm here. Wow, I missed a whole lot of you guys. Hold on, let me go back up. It dropped down way, way, way too far. There's a lot of people in here that I have not said hi to. Hold on. Where were we? Me and you, Amber, Veronica, it's nice to see you. Ashley, Laura, good morning. Shining Star, good morning. Who else do we have? I want to make sure I don't miss anybody, especially since Wild Wolf, good morning. Cynthia, hello, my love, my love, my love. I think I said hi to Wild Wolf. Tina, I think I got you. Is there anybody else I'm missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Mally Cat, good morning, love. I hope I Spy Farm. There we go. Army Vet, here we go. Crystal Pistol, Auntie, YouTuber. It's nice to see you. Adrian, Alcoholic, CM. Good morning, guys. Hey, Jude. Good morning. Good morning, loves. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. And you know what? I forgot to hit that one little button. All right, guys. So before we get started this morning, let me go ahead and just get my intro out of the way. Let's begin with a developing story that matters to every American, regardless of where you fall politically. According to Fox News, President Donald Trump's motorcade route was adjusted after Secret Service located a suspicious object near Palm Beach International Airport. Let me be very clear. When the Secret Service adjusts a motorcade route, it's not routine. That is not nothing, okay? So the area was secure. The object was investigated. Authorities acted out of an abundance of caution. This is exactly what the Secret Service is supposed to do. But the larger issue here is the environment we're living in and why this is so concerning. Political violence has been normalized by rhetoric, by media irresponsibility, and by the refusal to call out the extremists when it comes to the so-called correct side. Threats against political figures, especially a former or potentially a future president, should alarm every single citizen of the United States. I want you to notice how quickly stories like this disappear from mainstream coverage. If this were reversed, if this is involved a conservative suspect near a Democrat, this would be wall-to-wall coverage for weeks. Security threats are not partisan. Law enforcement vigilance is not partisan. The rule of law is not partisan. I also want to direct your attention to commentary circulating on X that underscores just how desensitized people have become to political threats. We cannot allow that. We cannot shrug this off. We will continue to monitor this story, and I want you to open with it because it sets the tone for a broader theme of today's show: truth matters, safety matters, and selective outrage is destroying public trust. So, guys, thank you for allowing me. Let's move on. We're going to be moving on very quickly to the Tepe. So I just wanted you guys to see something that's going on. Let me pull this up on here. I'm working basically on one screen, folks, so you're just going to have to bear with me just a little bit as we had to cut a lot of stuff down on this show because I need a encoder, which is going to be ordered today and should be en route by the end of the week. Trump's motorcade route was adjusted after Secret Service finds suspicious object, and we're going to get back to this because this is not the first time right around that the Palm Beach airport. We had another incident that happened. A suspicious object discovered during a security sweep at the Palm Beach International Airport ahead of President Trump's departure from Mar-a-Lago in Florida on Sunday prompted the Secret Service to adjust the presidential motorcade route, the White House said. The discovery did not disrupt Trump's travel schedules, official says, as agents evaluate the items and made security adjustments out of an abundance of caution. During the advanced sweep of PBI Airport, a suspicious object was discovered by Secret Service. The White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt said further investigation was warranted and the president's motorcade route was adjusted accordingly. The latest security concerns follow a separate incident months earlier when the U.S. Secret Service discovered a suspicious hunting stand positioned directly in the line of sight where Trump exits Air Force One at Palm Beach International Airport. And here is that specific sniper.
Brand new video from a source called Mega, M-E-G-A, in West Palm Beach, Florida. This is the area where that gunman hung out and hid out for 12 hours. And you can see the brush that hides you a little bit from viewing the street behind you. But that's the golf course that you're looking at. 5th and 6th hole where he was lying in wait for Donald Trump on Sunday. A fascinating look here. We've seen some paparazzi in past years. See some maintenance workers come by. By the way, the course is closed.
And they believe that this guy perched a sniper's nest up there by the airport. So again, lots of stuff going on here with the Trump administration, with threats against him. The threats have been coming ever since he ran against the machine. Okay, there is a deep state. We're uncovering the deep state, and we're defunding the deep state. So I anticipate the stuff to get worse. Okay, it's not going to get better. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better, folks. So Betty is right. The military is watching. The tension between the U.S. and Iran are high right now after President Trump publicly warned Tehran. And not only that, but we're realizing that there's about, and probably today, about 1,000 bodies out there that are deceased in these areas where the government is retaliating. Now, I know that a lot of people are ready for Trump just to storm in. For those that are involved or, want to know what's going on politically, there's a lot of people wanting Donald Trump to destroy and dethrone the government, topple the government over in Iran. And I'm not sure if I'm really on board with that because, as you guys know, my position, I don't want anybody involved in our business, right? I don't want some person over on the other side of the world saying we need to be living this way or that way or this way or that way, right? And I also don't believe that we should be telling other places to leave. It's the responsibility of the people in those countries. If they want to go to war with their government, that's their responsibility, okay? It's not ours. We are not the world's police, and we have got to quit policing the world. Does the things that Iran do affect us? Yes, and when it does, that's when we should be acting, and the only time we should be acting. Should we be monitoring? Of course we should. It would be foolish for our country not to monitor situations abroad. But in my opinion, it's not our responsibility to keep intervening, humanitarian wise or otherwise. Okay, it's not. I know people have bleeding. It's not our problem. Okay, I'm sorry. It's time for somebody to sit up and speak. It's not our problem. Now, if it comes down to our national security, then that becomes our problem. But if this is protesting and toppling a government so things can be a little easier, that's not our problem. Okay, our government needs to stay out of other people's countries, just like other countries need to stay out of ours. Okay, so that's how I truly believe. I'm not sure how I feel about all of this with Iran. I do support our president. Many people don't, even some people that come in this chat, but I personally do. And that's okay, each their own. So I'm going to support him regardless. I just am speaking out that I'm hoping that it doesn't come to this because, again, Iran, we've taken out the threat. In my opinion, when they had the nuclear weapons, we took those out. That was the threat to our national security. We did our job. This whole thing, if the people there want to stand up against their government and topple their government, they have to topple their government, right? I look at it kind of like an addiction, if you will. Okay, if you want to get clean, you're going to get clean. Okay, if somebody else wants you to get clean, you are always going to relapse. Okay, so we need these countries and the people that reside in these countries to stand up and speak up and to do their own stuff. Now we can support those if need be, and support those efforts if need be. But not our circus, not our show. That's exactly it. Blue Wolf gets it. So that's kind of my position on this, on this whole Iranian protest thing. But I do bring it up because I want people to understand, because we got assholes in our country right now protesting, saying that we are the fascists, that we are this. Are you kidding me? We got the same type of thing going on in Iran, and we got body bags lined up in the streets. You're over here and you've got people getting dragged off the streets. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a big difference in our countries, okay? A huge difference. So any idiot that's out there in the street saying that they hate this country and this country's worse than Iran, then pack your bags, boo-boo, because I'm happy the Bullhorn Betty channel will be happy to send you to Iran, okay? We will be happy to pack your bags for you. We'll send you a moving truck, okay? But I will tell you, prepare your family, because you will be dead within 48 hours of you arriving there. I almost guarantee it, but that's okay. Okay, we'll pack you up and send you. I mean, in my mind, it's one less liberal. As horrible as that sounds, it's one less liberal in our country. So I'm happy to get you out if you're so offended by America, right? And I think everybody needs to step up to the plate. And all these people that hate America so much and want to leave and they can't afford to leave, well, let's get them some money so they can get the hell out of here. Okay, but the problem is once you leave, you can't come back. Okay, I just want to make sure we're not going to do the Renee Good thing again, right? Where they want to be so tough, rough, tough cream puff and go up to communism and socialism of Canada and be like, oh, I don't like this. Let me come back to Minnesota. And then now you got a dead wife lying in a body bag because she doesn't know how not to aim her deadly weapon at an officer and push the gas pedal. So not my problem. Again, not my circus, not my monkey. But that's where we are on that particular scenario. Now we're going to get moving on over, because we're going to spend the bulk of this conversation really on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and some of the new information that is coming out. So let's go ahead and move to, and I do apologize, but we have to kind of keep this a little scripted, because when I'm talking about... Unfortunately, when I'm talking about Donald J. Trump, I get off the rails because I'm angry, and a lot of Americans are. So I try to keep it as unbiased as I can possibly manage to do it. I'm going to be biased when it comes to our government because I am a Republican and I am conservative, but I'm not a violent conservative. Like many other conservatives, we love people. We just need them to wake up and realize they're destroying themselves. Now let's move to an update on a case that has previously been covered here on the Coffee Club, and it's the case of Spencer and Monique Tepe. There's new videos circulating on YouTube, and I wanted to walk you through what we know and what has changed and what still has not been adequately addressed. Let me first say this is clear. The victims and their families deserve transparency. They deserve timely communication, and they deserve justice, not bureaucratic silence. The update raises serious questions about accountability and procedural handling. While I'm not going to speculate beyond the facts, I will say inconsistencies remain. The public has every right to demand clarity. We are seeing a pattern across the case in this country where families are left in the dark while institutions protect themselves first. This is why independent media exists, and this is why we are watching this show. Why you are watching this show. We will continue to follow the Tepe case and bring you verified, updated developments. And right now, we know that the suspect was in court. He was in court. It was his first appearance. Everybody finally got to see this monster, which it's a little crazy because this guy is a doctor. He went to school to save lives, and here he took two, and it just makes you wonder who he really is and how many more lives. I'm sorry, how many more lives has he possibly taken?
In his first appearance in an Illinois court, Dr. Michael McKee showed no emotion. McKee is facing 2 counts of premeditated aggravated murder for the killing of his ex-wife Monique Tepe and her husband Spencer Tepe in Columbus, Ohio. In court, McKee indicated his intent to plead not guilty and to return to Ohio to face the charges.
Your name, sir, for the record? Michael McKee.
The Columbus Police Department released this video last week showing a
This doesn't surprise me. This is literally the only weird thing that we've uncovered or located in this woman's life, in any other lives, right? Because to be honest with you, we had none of these weird stories in Spencer's life. And when you really looked at Monique, there was nothing there. There was nothing there for either one of these people. There was no, horrible, like loan shark type of thing where they're barely making it. They're overspending money. There was nothing about either one of them stepping out on each other, affairs. None of those things were surfacing. None of the things that we would expect in a case like this were coming to the surface. The only thing that was really weird that we picked up on almost immediately was this ex-husband in Monique. I don't know who brought it forward, who was the original. I didn't trace it back. Usually we can find out, and if I wanted to, I could very easily, to find out who brought Michael McKee into this to begin with and learned about her prior marriage. I'm not sure who brought it to us, but as soon as I started hearing some details, I started thinking, oh, this is weird. And then, of course, we hear some misinformation like, oh, this Michael McKee married a guy, shortly after their divorce. And while there was a Michael McKee that did marry a guy after their divorce, he had a different birth date and therefore was not her ex-husband. And so it was Plunder that revealed that this Mike McKee is not gay. And so a lot of people that believed that Mike McKee was gay and kind of dismissed him because of those revelations, we corrected on this show. And I said, we can't really rule him out because he's not gay. And I still kind of iffy, but I never took him off. There was something not right about that whole situation, and I even said it, and even about the whole restraining order, the mutual restraining order thing. I'm like, that's not normal. That's not right. Everybody's saying boilerplate. This is not boilerplate. I went through a non-contested. A lot of people don't get the opportunity to go through a non-contested divorce. That means you have no kids. Like, we even had assets and stuff like that, but, the assets were pretty much mine. What I gave my husband, I chose to give my husband to make him leave, not because I had to. Everything was mine. I just want to be very, very clear with that. The camper was mine. The vehicles were mine. All these things were mine. Well, I shouldn't say the vehicles. He did buy his vehicle. Okay, he did buy his vehicle. But even this house, I purchased. I purchased my house before I ever got married to him. And then I purchased a house after we were married. So I had to put him on the deed. But I purchased, there was no ifs, ands, we had our premarital assets. And I had premarital money, whether or not I purchased after the marriage. But I truly had a non-contested marriage. I told my husband, I'm like, I'll give you the camper. You take the truck. I keep my pickup truck and my SUV, and I keep the house. I paid for all of it. That's mine. Like, what do you want? You want to take something that doesn't belong to you? So that was kind of how we agreed on dividing everything up, which he walked away from the marriage a hell of a lot more than he had when he came to the marriage. Okay, I had a house and a car. I left the marriage with a house and 2 cars. Okay, so I benefited a little bit from the marriage as well. So, but nobody really has the uncontested part of that. And mine was uncontested, but many of yours were probably very nasty, maybe assets, children were involved, but when you have an uncontested divorce, there's really no need for a restraining order because you both agree that it's over. So why would you need a restraining order? I didn't need one for my ex-husband. Did me and my ex-husband have a lot of domestic problems? We did. We had a lot of domestic problems. I know there's some channels on here that put my personal business and my abuse, the abuse that I underwent on here for full display for people and think it's entertainment, which it's not. It's abuse and it's abusive. So I don't want to hear them saying that they care about the abuse of other women when they clearly don't mind abusing women. But either way, there were domestic problems in my relationship with him. Very, very much domestic problems. Okay? So why wouldn't there be a mutual restraining order in my case, in my divorce with my ex-husband, if they were standard and boilerplate? Right? And they had no children either. Right. So, that was my first indicator that whatever story we're hearing going around is not the true story of what happened. That this is telling me, that restraining order is telling me, in part, potentially, not definitively, but potentially, that she was in fear for her safety. And, or at least one of them was in fear for their safety. If at all. And of course, she's the one that's deceased. So naturally, deductive reasoning would tell me that he must have been the violent one, right? Much like Gabby Petito, even though it was implied that it was Gabby Petito being the instigator, it was ultimately Brian Laundrie that was the abuser. And that ended up taking this young girl's life. And in this case, here we go again. It appears to be that this Dr. Michael McKee was the abuser in that relationship, and she learned within 7 months this is not how she wants to live the rest of her life. And she quietly got a divorce and moved on with her life. Did not want to touch him, not touch him, but instigate him or anything like that. She moved completely out of the state that they were in to make sure that he didn't see her. And not only that, but it appears in everything that we've learned that he is, 5.5 hours to 7 hours away from her, give or take, right? At all times since their divorce. Like, he's not even in her state, has never been in her state. The only time he comes to her state is whenever he's visiting family and friends, right? But there is a problem here. You can see a very distinctive problem with the doc, man. He has went through a lot of employment. That tells me a very unstable man. People that get into this don't change jobs that much. People that are doctors, you usually find a doctor that started with a company and retires with a company, right? Or goes into private practice and retires in private practice. You very rarely see a doctor bouncing from one place to another. Bounce, 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 bounce. That tells me something's going on in this guy's life that, maybe he didn't get fired or anything like that, but obviously he had some major problems committing or being loyal to any business. And I have to think that that's a personality trait. Most people would love to stay at a company forever and ever, amen. So why would he move so much? It sounds like he moved in an effort to avoid, being held accountable for some types of behaviors. That's on the hindsight, maybe that's not what I would have theorized at the beginning, but now that we're on the hindsight and we see these things, it might, it might play one of those hindsight, this is a red flag. He's got to be a narcissist, psychopath, not to want to stay at a job, right? It seems like he's a narcissist and a psychopath. He seemed like he was very, very normal at one time when she met him. You could see a very cleared face, very cleared eyes. But what you're seeing before you in court is a hallowed man. His eyes are sunken in, much like what we see when we see somebody that has committed the ultimate sin of taking somebody's life. They have this like dead eyes. I don't know how to describe it other than dead eyes, and that's just the bad part about it. Just dead eyes. Who good riddance if somebody's leaving? If you leave, yeah, exactly. So let me get through all of this. Let me move this. There he is. Let's listen to what, is this Jesse Weber? I don't know who this is, but let's just listen to this real quick.
Killer walking into an Illinois courtroom cuffed in a jail jumpsuit, now accused of a horrific crime. A divorced ex-husband who allegedly planned, plotted, and killed his ex-wife and her husband with children in the home.
This is crazy. I'm still just raise your hand. Let me just get we got like almost 200 people in chat. We're about to move over to Sebastian Rogers here. We're going to spend the rest of the time on Sebastian Rogers. So let me do a show of hands. How insane is it to you? Let me ask you this on a scale of 1 to 10. You pick your number. On a scale of 1 to 10, how strange is it to you that a ex-husband of almost 9 years is responsible for this? Not that you didn't believe it or you did believe it. No, how strange is it? Don't misunderstand the question at hand. I'm asking you, how strange do you think it is that a man harbored this much animosity toward his ex? Almost 9 years. How weird is that to you? So everybody kind of see it. So like very strange. Okay, so we're highs. We're highs in this. So let's just keep and see if we have anybody with a lower number, just for fairness. So if there are haters in here, you guys might want to plug in your very, very low number, unless you believe that it's very strange. I mean, hell, you might have some haters coming around, right? I'm not shocked though. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Phoenix. That's it. I wasn't either. That's to be honest with you, it really wasn't shocking. When I found out it was when they arrested her husband, even though we had talked about a couple other people, I really was eyeballing him because of how strange their story was, and nobody knew a damn thing. That was the weirdest thing. Like, we didn't get any leaks from her best friend saying, oh yeah, well, the ex-husband, he was violent. He beat the shit out of her. Like, she was so scared. She ran back home and never came back again. She just filed for divorce. She paid for a private judge just to get it done. And we didn't hear none of those stories. And we know somebody knows what happened, but it just still wasn't shocking to me. I mean, I was kind of like, wow, it really was him. But, but I don't think I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it was him. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I just went through 8 years off. And we have another case like that, Tiny. We've got another case like that too, and we're about to roll into it. It's the Sebastian Rogers case. Because this is kind of a little freaky all on its own too. And this is kind of weird too, because we found out in retrospect that the day that Sebastian disappeared, 8 days prior to, was the day that Katie, his mother, filed for divorce from his dad, his biological dad. 8 years to the day. 8 years. I want you guys to understand how sick that is, that 8 years to the day is from the time that she filed to get his father out of his life, is the same day that she got her son out of her life, in my opinion. Dipping out is nice. Her fatal flaw was the need to marry a doctor. She was desperate. She bought her own ring. You know what? Maybe that is a perspective. Maybe that is a perspective. Or maybe he was just so abusive. He says, I'm going to be taking care of you. If you want to buy in, you buy your own damn ring. Or maybe, there might have been some other things. Maybe he had so many bills, from college. I mean, be a doctor costs, what, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 this day and age to become a doctor. Maybe he really was so busy paying back everything. Maybe they barely had 2 nickels to rub together. And she's like, you know what? Instead of us waiting, I'll just go ahead and buy my rings. And, maybe that's the case. But you know what? Dipping at you, and you bring up a perspective. I mean, I thought that was kind of a red flag. I kind of thought that was a red flag. And that it's a red flag to me because it's, in all fairness, well, I'll leave that be. I still will be in Tennessee. In February. Oh, that's wonderful. I can't wait to meet you guys. Oh, that reminds me. If you guys are coming, and this goes, if you're on the other channels and stuff like Justin for All or Smiley Stories World or the Mob Crew, if you guys could remind them about the event that we're having. And if you can send me an email to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I'm just trying to get a head count. If anybody knows that they're for sure going to be out there, let me know so we can I have a funny feeling right now, the way we sit, we've got about 30 or 40 people coming. Again, I would like that to be up in the hundreds, like 100 people at least. But, again, we're going to be successful no matter what, because we're all out there to do the right thing. But if we are going to kind of be closer to my goal of people, because you got to remember, I've got to buy waters for people. I got to make sure there's plenty of cake slices for people, because we get those things. And we're going to have a card, believe it or not, that's going to be thanking law enforcement. Even though we're trying to move them. We're not out there to condemn them. I mean, I'm out there to condemn, Sheriff Snuggle Struggles. I probably will be condemning him, but we're not out there cussing or anything like that, but we are going to thank the law enforcement that has put their foot forward and did everything that they can for this boy, because at the end of the day, they need to be thanked. It's top brass. It's the people that are giving the orders. It's the people that are the knuckleheads that don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm not going to blame the good law enforcement people out there that just happens to be under this regime to follow this, So, Betty, please, I'm in Georgia. I'm looking for someone to ride with me. Oh, okay. So if we have a Georgia, we do have people in Georgia. So our Georgia folks, if you guys have the ability to help out or ride with somebody, or maybe we have somebody in Georgia that needs a ride, right? Because she says, I'm in Georgia, I'm looking for someone to ride with me. So maybe split some costs. So this would be a great opportunity for somebody that maybe doesn't have a vehicle that can get them to Tennessee, or would like to split the cost of gas and maybe cut down that way. You've got somebody right here. So reach out to me or Sonia or one of my mods, and we can definitely start working to try to get people to partner up together. We're all part of a great family here. This is Sebastian's Army, and we'll do what it takes to get as many people out. I appreciate that. So if you guys would like, there's some opportunities here. There's some opportunities here for you guys. Cooper, reach out to Betty and let her know what part of Georgia. Yeah, let me know what part of Georgia, or post it in the chat, and we'll see what we can do. There's a lot of people in Georgia that can help out. Now, you're going to have to figure out how that's all going to work out. If you've got a hotel, the person can drop you off at the hotel and pick you up. Just try to find everything, close together so people aren't going out of their way. That's all I'm requesting, is that you guys just use some, you play the tape through and find the best strategy to use. So, and that'll be awesome. So perfect. I'm in Georgia. So we got some people in Georgia. Mom's big SUV is already full of people. Okay. So if anybody else is out there in Georgia, we'll definitely get some people together, and other people. You just let me know where you're at if you guys need a ride, or, it might not work out, but we'll definitely give it a good shot to work out as the best it possibly can. So now we're going to transition into our primary focus of today's broadcast. I need you to focus. I need you to think critically. I need you to understand that what we're about to discuss is not internet drama, but it's about a missing young man, Sebastian Rogers. So, I'm not going to read the chat. If you guys need to, make sure, Betty, I will send you my... Okay, perfect. That'll be perfect. And we'll get that out. And everybody else do the same. My email is bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Let me know the area. We'll post it up here. You make sure you tell me your screen name when you send me the email, because I don't want to accidentally dox you or anything like that when I'm out here, because I don't know if you're using your real name or not. So you'll have to remind me that you're so-and-so, your screen name is so-and-so, and you're from this area, and you'd like to see either need a ride or can provide rides, or can carpool, or whatever the case may be. And it might be a great opportunity not just to carpool, but maybe split the cost of a hotel room. If you guys get along and everything like that, get to know one another. Everybody's personality is a little different. So I know all of you guys are good-hearted people, but it doesn't mean that your personalities are in sync. So just, make sure you have conversations. And if you guys want to do separate, do it. Do separate rooms. Nobody's making you do anything, right? If you want to, you want to. You find a will, there's a way, right? So Sebastian Rogers is missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and he went missing on February 22nd, 2024. Again, 8 years to the day from the time his mother filed for divorce from his dad. So let me repeat that. Sebastian Rogers is missing. And instead of clarity, instead of transparency, instead of cooperation, what the public has been fed is confusion, contradiction, and in some cases, outright deception. Sebastian disappeared under circumstances that immediately raise red flags. Timeline shifts, segments conflict, statements conflict, and rather than narrowing the focus to find Sebastian, attention was diverted. When a child or vulnerable individual goes missing, every minute matters. Every lie matters. Every alteration of evidence, it matters. Then we get to the unscrupulous PI. Now we're going to address the elephant in the room. Photos have been circulated that are attributed to what we refer to as exclusively as the unscrupulous PI. This individual has been identified as SF. We're not going to say his name. He doesn't deserve it. I will say this once and only once. He is not to be referred to by name going forward on this program. He is the unscrupulous PI. This unscrupulous PI has been called altering evidence. Altering evidence. Let that sink in. Him and his team showed photos and went in there and blurred out areas, drawed lines to put the windows back into the homes. They went out of their way to alter imagery and then put it out here as non-altered. Had it not been for hindsight 2020, Mama Rissa, and BMW Coupe, we would not know that. They're the ones that uncovered that. They were able to strip each layer of that photo down and realize that it was altered. He also has been shown to be working and coordinating with Chris and Katie Proudfoot, pushing narratives that do not withstand basic scrutiny. The so-called reporter being referenced is phony. The company cited does not exist. This is not a matter of opinion. It's a verifiable fact. Anything originating from this source is inherently unreliable and should be treated as such by law enforcement, media, and the public. This unscrupulous PI, I believe, is dangling his foot back into this case because he's completely screwed up the David and Celeste case by lying to media all over the place, telling them the arrest was coming, telling them this, telling them that, knowing damn good and well it was all lies just to get himself up on the big screen and to be let down. And I warned every single person, including Court TV and Vinnie Politan, as well as Ashley Banfield, that he was unscrupulous and he was lying and he would destroy their reputation if they keep putting him up, and they did not listen. And what happened? Now he's back in this bullshit, right? Oh, we were going to throw this out there. We were going to put this out, but we decided to hold off. But now, since it was leaked, who leaked it? I didn't see it leaked anywhere. I did a deep dive on the internet to find out if it was leaked, and of course it was not. It was just another ruse, another lie to put his toe back into a case he's been thrown out of because he has been caught lying over and over and over again. What we are witnessing is a coordinated attempt to shape public perception rather than uncover the truth. When altering photos are released, when fake reports are circulated, the goal is not to find Sebastian. The goal is to confuse, distract, and exhaust the public. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. We now have documented video of Chris Proudfoot using threats, multiple threats over the course since Sebastian went missing and has been missing. Not frustration, not misinterpretation, straight up threats to almost every single searcher that has come out there to help aid in this case to bring Sebastian home. This behavior should concern every reasonable person watching this case. When someone connected to the missing person reports intimidation, that is not the conduct of transparency. It raises serious questions. When you line up the altered evidence, the phony reports, the unscrupulous PI, and the public threats, a pattern emerges. A pattern matters. Law enforcement looks for patterns. Investigators look for patterns. And the public is not wrong to notice them. Calls for accountability. Sebastian Rogers deserves better. His case deserves integrity. The public deserves honesty. And if you are genuinely interested in finding Sebastian, you do not manipulate evidence. You do not threaten critics. And you do not rely on unscrupulous actors to launder narratives. If you are here, understand this. We do not accuse lightly. We do not speculate recklessly. And we do not back down when intimidation is used as a tactic. Sunlight is accountability. And we will continue to shine. We are Sebastian's army. So, as many of you know, the mob crew has been breaking a lot of stuff down. Now, is some of this important to the case? We don't know. That's why we look into every aspect of it. That's why we uncover. Some of these things have pay dirt. Some of these things do not have pay dirt. Some of these things we'll spend weeks, months, even half a year on, right? Trying to understand whether or not it holds water. Unfortunately, the only way you can find out if something holds water is to bring it to light, have a discussion, test it, test the theory, and find out, could it be possible that it leads to a lead or maybe the person that is missing? We learned that there was a report alleging that there was a professional dog search conducted. There are a few things that make me feel some type of way about this so-called search, okay? And it comes right here you'll see if you blow it up, maybe we will blow it up, a lady's with flip-flops, okay? I have been out in these areas in the backwoods and stuff like that. Very, very little time do I ever see anybody coming out there that is there searching and with dog organizations being out there in the backwoods with flip-flops. It's highly dangerous, especially with animals, with snakes, with a whole host of things that you might come across while you're out searching in the woods. So I find this wholly unprofessional just in and of itself. I don't like the design of this. I don't like the logo. It doesn't seem to me to be legitimate or authentic. Now, it very well may be a company, and a company says, no, this is our report. Okay. Well, I'd like to speak with you. My name's Bullhorn Betty. You can reach out to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. If this was a report that you authored, I have a lot of questions to go over with you. But until I speak to you, these are my opinions on your work. I don't trust the unscrupulous PI. I will never trust the unscrupulous PI, and I don't see people doing this for free, and I don't see Chris and Katie paying for a damn thing. I don't like the redactions of the report. Who made these redactions? Who authorized these redactions? Were these authorized by him or by Chris and Katie Proudfoot? Because the people that own this report, in my opinion, would be Chris and Katie Proudfoot, not the unscrupulous PI, unless he paid for it personally. And if he paid for it personally, it would be under contract for Sebastian Rogers, meaning he doesn't own it and does not have authority to release it. And therefore, this is an ethical violation of his license once again, and should be reported to the Tennessee Licensing Board. So the people that like to report him, this would be another request to be reported to him, because I don't see any authorization from these people to release this report. I don't like these reports. There's something not right with these reports. I've seen a lot of reports from dog searches, and this is something I've never seen. ever. And so very interesting. Now, I've seen some mapped coordinations, but this, yeah, this is something a little different. So there's a lot of things on here that just don't look right. And of course, the only person that's listed in here all throughout here is the unscrupulous PI's name. So it seems to me that if anybody was out there searching, while it may have been ordered by the unscrupulous PI, you would assume that they would have direct contact with the parents for information versus this unscrupulous PI. So this looks like it was made up. I don't like this, and every time I see this, I see the dog laying down, you know. So what are they doing? I mean, this dog is up again, not really in with their attire. I don't know how I feel about it. You know, here they are, they're finding a baseball. What is that all about? You know, I don't know. Were they out there? Were they not? I don't know. He says that they were. He's redacted who they are. This says DNA canine. Let's look up and see if we have a DNA canine division. DNA canine on here. I guess this is a legit thing, and they did put out that is their logo. I gotta tell you, I don't know who did that logo, but that's awful. I'm in the marketing stuff. That's awful. So it looks like somebody cut. Let's see. Developing natural ability. Let's see where they're from. Are you guys seeing all this? Okay, good. You are. Well, it's the same logo, so we got the right place. Canine's mission. Let's see where they're from. For canines. Okay. Contact. It's weird that they have a contact, but no state. There's no state listed here. This is what? I'm ready to go look. Log in. Who built this site? National Search Dog Alliance Registry. Okay, got it. More details. I'm gonna have to call down there and find out if these people are really, because this is a contact. You see they got contact here. Leave us a message. They show you where the address is and all this other stuff and an email address to get a hold of somebody. And then you come over here and this is for a business, a search dog business, and they don't even tell you what state they're in. This is bullshit. This looks like a fake email, a fake scheduled maintenance. We're making improvements behind the scenes. Look at this. Somebody has just made up this. This is not even a legitimate website. I'm from Mississippi. Yeah, it does look fake. It does look fake. It looks like somebody set this up and doesn't know what the hell they're doing because they forgot to take the maintenance part of this. This is not even a completed website. It's not even a completed website. Who were those people out there? Huh? And you got a telephone number? Let's find out where this telephone number's from. 601? Okay. Copy. Let's see what state this is from. Doesn't even have an address on here. What person does not have a address on here? And it's showing an area of, let's open this up. Where are they from? What state? Oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse my language, guys. I just hate when I can't get my stupid mouse to work. Hattiesburg? Purvis? What state is this from? So you're telling me these people are from Louisiana? Louisiana. But everybody that goes to their website's supposed to know that they're a Louisiana-based search, right? Nothing with prices. This is all. They got a freaking shopping cart. What are you purchasing on here? Let's continue shopping. Oh, we'll be back soon. Thank you for your patience. We're still building our website. That's 20 minutes from me. Go check it out. Do they have, is there really a canine? Go do a search and see if there's a DNA canine. These dogs, Hattiesburg's 20 minutes from me. Yeah, go check it out. This is bullshit. Okay? This is bullshit. Somebody is literally trying to act like this company exists. It doesn't even exist. They're saying that they're registered on this, they are registered with, look at this shit. They went on, I wonder where these dogs, 7. I wonder where they picked these dogs up. Let's look at Friday. Let's see if we can find Rambo. Right? See, Rambo. Search dog Rambo. Let's see if we got any images to come back with Rambo. No, Rambo. Don't see any. Don't see any. Okay, so now the question is, where did this photo come from? Let's find out. Oh, come on. I think my computer's freezing up. My computer just froze up. Oh, no, it didn't. It opened up my dog photo. That's what took so long. Give me just a second. Let me try this again. Add photo. Okay. There it is. You want to add this. Can you locate where this photo originated from? Let's see what it says. Maybe it will. Why not? I might as well. I'm curious. You guys got me hooked. Is this, I'm just... Fraud, Trump cuts these funds. Yeah. Reverse photo lookup. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I don't know if it'll work. If anybody knows how to do it, I'm going through ChatGPT. If you guys think there's something better, let me know. Ask Jules. It's a small community of people that have businesses. Cannot identify where this originated from. They're saying they can't identify it. Let me keep going. Okay, let me put it into a different one. Let me see if I can get, let's try Perplexity. It's got a lot of different ones. Let me attach this. Local file. Can you locate where this photo originated. It's a lyric. You guys are killing me here. You guys are killing me. It's a Leering Center. That deserves a... Hey, tap dancer Lizzie. I trained beagles and bloodhound puppies in Alabama. Never heard of them. I just started them 6 weeks to 6 months. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that information. I've never heard of them either. But I've dealt with tracking. I've dealt with companies that track dogs, so I've never known one not to have an address or a way to contact them. I mean, I've read there's a dime a dozen. Every single state has at least 5 or 6 reputable organizations that have dogs. So, and some states have more than others. So I'm used to looking at websites. That's just why whenever I wasn't expecting to find a website, to be honest with you, but when I found the website, I realized there's no way that this is a professional website. There's none. Absolutely zero. Okay? Because when you have search dogs, it's very, very specific for your area. You do not want to be traveling all over the country. Many people will for the right case, and it's usually a labor of love, not a financial, job. When they go further out. But when they're advertising, when they're a search company and this is their job, then their advertising as local as possible. You're never going to have one of these that don't have their address on them because people want to see where their office is. They want to see how their animals are trained and that their animals are kept properly. And that is a requirement that some people want to see. And some of these people get federal funds. And so now you're talking about them being required to have, to have this stuff. So I don't trust this. This is bullshit. This is a lie. Somebody was out there in flip-flops from the organization. That's not, these are, if they truly convinced Steve Fisher that they were legitimate dog searchers, then that's on him, right? Because he's a private, which goes right into his unscrupulous PI, right? He's an unscrupulous PI. He's a PI. So if he doesn't realize he's dealing with people that don't have the proper credentials, then that should show you everything you need to about a PI that should, be researching these people before they go up. This is not a legitimate organization, nor are they anywhere on any of the dog registries whatsoever. So further supporting that Steve Fisher is a liar. The unscrupulous PI is a liar. He is an absolute liar. This report was fabricated. Were there people out for these things? Yeah, I'm sure somebody did come out and somebody may believe. But hey, if you are from K9 and you're saying that you are a legitimate company, I will stop right here and right now if you reach out to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com just to tell me that you are a legitimate company, where you are out of, your credentialing, who you've worked for, where your dog's training certificates are. I will believe you. And people are like, Betty, that is none of your business. You're right. It's none of my business. But you know what I can do? I can trash the shit out of this company on my show in front of a lot of people. So it's up to them what they choose to do. Okay? But I'm telling you, I'm going to say that this is not a legitimate company. I'm going to continue to say this. No, because if they went through this much time, Sandy, to make an erroneous website, then naturally the phone number is going to be a Google number that is answered, right? That's going to come to somebody's cell phone, especially in light of me speaking about it. They're going to make sure that they pick it up because let's face it, we do know how to do this fraud thing now that we learned from the Somalis out there in Minnesota, do we not? I'm not going to be one of those reporters that call somebody and say, "Hey, are you a legitimate company?" Only CNN is stupid enough to do that, okay? We're not.
That would be another example of, as you say, fake news.
I'm just saying, when my boyfriend talks, I got to stop and listen.
You know why? Fake news.
Come on, Donald Trump, you know you love some Bullhorn Betty.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
Oh, you're going to give Bullhorn Betty your entire wealth?
The news is fake.
Damn it. Oh, what is that, my boyfriend? Yeah. It's our boyfriend. It's our channel boyfriend. He says we're fake news.
That was false and fake and never happened.
Oh, good gracious, good gracious. So now we're diving in a little bit. I just wanted you guys to see. I didn't know where this show was going to go on this part. I wasn't expecting to do all this, right? But I do believe no exact match for this photo appears in public web sources suggesting it originated from a private or unindexed location. So it should have been able to pick it up even on its website, but its website's not properly indexed because it's not a legitimate website. The image shows a brown dog, like a Labrador mix, with an orange harness, tongue out, against the distinctive red dirt clay hill mound. Actually, you know what? Let me go back to that website and look at where they're at behind there. Well, we know that they're not here. They're a Louisiana, and they're saying that they're associated with a National Search Alliance out of Texas. It looks like somebody just said, oh, this looks good. Oh, this looks good. Nobody will look into this. Nobody will look into that. You don't know Bullhorn Betty very well. We look into everything. So we've got this. We got this. These look like, where do these photos come from? They're not coming all from Texas. They're not coming from Louisiana. So where are they? Where are they? So I'll end up finding these. Oven Baby, good luck. Good luck, Oven Baby. They're on the way because I approved to get out the hellhole called a hospital. Well, love ya. Be careful. Be careful, be careful. All right, so let's go over what we're learning. It says, if you have any questions regarding the report, please direct them to me. Do not contact the canine handler because there is none. They were retained to conduct a professional search and generate reports for me, which they did. Due to our confidentiality agreement, they can only respond to me. Doesn't look like they can respond to anybody. They have no address. They're not even from the state of Tennessee. So, and their website's not, it makes it really weird because it makes you wonder, how did Steve find them? How did how did the unscrupulous PI get a hold of them? They didn't have no email. Now let's give the phone number a try. Why not? Let's give the phone number a try. Let's hear what it has to say. Hold on here. Why not? Why not? Sorry, I'm trying to find my second call. Oh, maybe it's this one. There we go. Let's do the call-in show. We'll have this one behind. There we go. So you guys can see it. Call in. So we have this one. All right. And this should be not this. Okay, so let me change this to there we go. Now this one should be back to shit. All right, so let me change this one. Add source. No, I do not want to add a fourth one. I want to add the frickin' one that I had there, which is 2. All right, guys, let me move this down. I got to put it behind everyone because I don't want you guys seeing the numbers I'm using. Let's rename this one to Capture 2. Catcher. I forgot to put the P in there. That's okay. I think we're just about ready. It looks like we're ready. Okay, so I've got this up. Let's go ahead and sign in. Let's just see. I'm going to mute. I'm muting the microphone. I don't want anything coming in. I just want to hear what they have to say for themselves. That's what I'd like. So let's just see what we're doing here. Oh, that's the Search Alliance. Let's go to that piece of shit website. It's not even complete. They are so full of it. If they're not, then they don't know anything about websites. Why is their address not here? Let's see. It's ringing. It's a Google number. We got it on mute.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 60132931117 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, this is Lynn, and I just need to find out whether we can have a canine. We're in Tennessee, and we're looking for something that we had lost, and we had gotten a recommendation from you. You can reach back to me at 724-252-8070. Thank you so much, and God bless. Okay. No professional phone number there. Can we agree that that was not a professional phone number? Can we agree that usually business phones, I mean, hell, even my phone says, "Hey, welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Show." It looks like once again, I would say, it's getting really embarrassing. I would think that it's got to be getting pretty embarrassing for the unscrupulous PI at this point. How much more bullshit is he really going to force feed us, okay? So you have a well-to-do, they're rock star canine that doesn't even have their website. How did he find them? There's no email. Everybody here that's associated with search dogs and other things are saying we've never heard of this business before. They know about businesses, especially ones in their general area. Because again, it's a skill. Not every dog that's out there that's even a trained dog does searching, does scenting, does cadaver and stuff like that. You have to have trained and specifically trained dogs, right? So let's go back to the website and see what they say about their specifically trained dog, right? Let's see. Hold on here. We missed. Let's go back to the dogs. Okay, let's see what kind of dogs we've got here. Okay, so we have Friday. A border collie accomplishes multiple disciplinary search dog certifications, and career success in tracking, live area search, disaster, land and water human detection. Is this possible? Let's ask this. Let's just see. We're checking everything. Can dogs be cross-trained like describe here? We'll do 1. So we'll label this. Let's do 1. Oh, damn it. Sorry, I'm not reading chat chat. Leanne is Southern Betty. What? Hold on. Let me go up a little bit. Hold on a second. Hold on. Give me a second. You're my long lost sister. Where have you been? So you're probably calling the unscrupulous. I know. That's what I'm saying, Lisa Boo. I'm going to call you Boo. I'm going to call you Boo Boo. No, I should stop. You're going to smack me. No, I hate Strawberry. It's nice to see you. I know even all the mobile vets in Georgia and South. See, I mean, come on. People know these things. And when you hear, and this person is from Louisiana, so we know we got people in Louisiana that deal with dogs and shit, and they're saying we don't know this company. We never heard of them before. Okay? This is the true crime genre. We literally believe nobody. Okay? And especially somebody that has the type of record that this unscrupulous PI has of manufacturing, modifying, lying, just a all-around piece of shit. I'm not going to hold it back either. I'm sorry if it offends some people with the cussing, but he's a piece of shit. And I'm even thinking that my gospel people will be nodding their head, yeah, they just don't like saying it. That's okay. I'll speak for you. Betty, did I hear CP was on? Yes, of course he was. Of course he was, but that's okay. Of course he was. I have not listened to it yet, but, you know, it's going to be plugged into the system. Actually, you know what? Somebody go find me that link and send that to me so I can go ahead and pull that before it disappears. Those nasty-ass bitches like to modify and lie and deceive and take things down and act like they didn't happen. We want to make sure we memorialize them. And if I can't do it, somebody else go ahead right now and go copy that video. You should, and if you guys have not invested in iTube Go, invest in iTube Go if you're like me and you need it's a one-time fee, bada bing, bada boom. You have it for the rest of your life, and it makes life very, very much easier for you. Let's see if there's any discrepancies in here. Copy. Because I don't think tracking and human remains can be the same. I think there's some discrepancies here. Let me put some history in here. I believe this is a fraud website and want to make sure the dogs are able. Maybe I should, let's just ask the question we have right at the moment. Did I delete that? I didn't delete that. Hold on, let me stop this. I want to take that part out. I don't want to confuse the system. Sorry, let me take that one. I thought I took the sentence out before I hit enter, and I did not. So give me just a second to.
No worries at all. Take your time, and whenever you're ready, just let me know.
I didn't mean to hit the. Sorry, guys. Maybe I should. Okay. Sorry. I'm about to lose my shit with this damn. Okay, there we go. That's what I need to take out. I hate this freaking mouse. Okay, let's just move it that way. Okay, yes, dogs can be physically crossbred in a way you're implying. For example, border collie. No. They got it. They're talking about crossbreeding. No. Cross-trained. Can dogs be cross-trained? Tracking dog. Also be cadaver, if I'm spelling that right, etc. Sorry, let me redo this. They had it wrong. They were talking about breeding. Yes, dogs can be cross-trained multiple certain disciplines, including tracking, live find, and human remain detection, but with important caveats. What you described is credible and achievable, particularly at a professional SAR forensic level, provided the program is well designed and the dogs are appropriately selected. So this is where I'm having the problem right here. Many high-level SARs and forensic canines are multidisciplinary. Border Collies, Calahulas, Millennial, whatever labs, Malinois, like Illinois, Malinois, is that right? Malinois labs. Anyway, scent. What matters most is clear scent discrimination. Distinct train, but what are the probabilities? I want to know what are the probabilities of finding 4 dogs like this? What are the probabilities? Okay. Also very realistic, entirely normal. This is commonly trained. So they're saying that that is common. Yes, they can be frequently. In short answer, it is uncommon, but not extraordinary. There it is. That's the answer I am looking for right there. So what is the probability of having 4 of these dogs like this? And they said the short answer is it's uncommon, but not extraordinary. If the dogs are coming from a serious SR forensic program, the probability, so you're talking about dogs that are going to be trained for military grade or law enforcement grade, you're probably, unless you're spending and if you're spending as much money for the training that would be required for the 4 dogs that they're saying are here, you're talking about thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of training every single year, and they have an illegitimate website. So I'm going to still consider this. First, define the population. We must distinguish between general dog population, working line, and SARS forensic programs. Out of all the dogs, the probability of a single dog being capable of true multiple disciplinary SAR and HDR work is extremely low. There you go. Okay? Right there. Now, working in the purebred, that's for the general dog population. Okay? So narrowing, border collies bred for work, Calahoos bred for hunting and detection, dogs selective for driven nerves, scent abilities. Dogs suitable for SAR detection is 10 to 20%. Dogs that are successfully trained are about 5 to 10%. And dogs that reaches certifiable multiple discipline, only 2 to 5%. It's not allowed in most counties. Right, they have scent-specific and ground disturbance, but they don't have scent-specific ground disturbance and cadaver-tested dogs. They don't cross them like that. That I learned from Summer Wells. So this is a critical factor. The legitimate program dogs, established SAR, dogs are screened early. Unsuitable dogs are washed out. Only the best continue. 30 to 40% of dog candidates, at least one disciplinary. Okay, so I think a website is bogus. And these are the dogs listed. I was taught it is extremely low for a cadaver, however you spell that. Cadaver dog can't be a tracking dog, etc. No. Oh, I got it. It's telling me I got to update. So let me bring this over here. I probably should have done it through Perplexity, but we get the drift. Gist. It's saying that the probability is very low that these dogs are all associated with this particular company. And I don't believe it. The website itself, we've looked at it. It doesn't appear. I mean, these things you can call. This right here doesn't even have them listed, yet they're listed on the bottom of here. So I don't know if they're bogus or if this was set up to yet again make it appear, because I mean, Steve, the unscrupulous PI did disappear for a while, and then all of a sudden he's back. He's got a new report and a new website. So I'm just not buying I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Now getting over to Chris's threats, right? His actual threats to everybody. Hopefully, I'm hoping, Lolly, if you put this together, I'm going to play it, and I'm going to give you credit for it. I pray to God you're using, sound that we can all use and share, because I can't share your stuff if the sound is not approved by YouTube. So just FYI.
Figure out what happened to Sebastian. Chris isn't very grateful. In fact, here's the thanks Mob Crew got from Chris on the live stream not long ago.
You know what? I even went in and told Mob Crew that when he was sitting there talking all that, there was a whole bunch of shit he was saying. I can't remember what all he said, but I went in there and said, well, if you really want to know that bad, why don't you go in there? Why don't you go ask him? He's got no problem speaking to you.
Well, I got Mob Crew a better one. You want to look at your videos very carefully. You want to get them done correctly. Get off your damn computer and bring your ass down here and come find me. And I'll walk with you on every part of this road and walk with you on every part of your video. I got no problem with it. But when you sit behind a damn keyboard and you do the shit that you're doing, you play with fire, you're liable to get burned.
Always with the threats. Always with the threats. Always with, if you do what I don't like you to do, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I can run you over. I can hurt you. I'll find out, oh, you're in Days Inn. You're in Days Inn over there. There's only a few of them, right? Constant fear and theatrics and threats from Mr. Christopher Proudfoot.
You might want to reconsider some of the things he's doing right now, because he potentially may have a bigger issue down the road.
Yeah, right. You can find flashlights on. The only way to get Mob Crew over here is to fucking point flashlights all over the place.
Well, tell him I'll run outside with a flashlight right now if it helps him.
He'll track it down for next year. He'll grift off that fucking flashlight for the next year.
Oh, I'll tell it. Real simple. You chicken shit motherfucker. Get your ass off behind your fucking computer. Bring your ass out here and let's.
I wonder what my system's going to say when I plug all this shit in. I mean, that system's already saying that him and his wife, AI is saying that they most likely killed their son. Okay? So let's not get it all twisted, okay? So he can go up there and he can make a fool out of himself all he wants, but there's going to be a point in place when I'm going to plug all this stuff in and AI is going to send me somewhere and we're going to uncover something. I truly believe it. I truly believe it. I would give a buyer's beware, but you know what? I really don't care about those people. I don't have shit to say to them, right? I just want them behind bars and in jail for the rest of their life for what they did to this boy.
Let's go and walk and let's look at where you think what you think you see is. I'd be more than happy to walk with your ass, but you got to get out behind your fucking keyboard first, bitch.
Very appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Well, damn.
Exactly right.
Yeah, and he's scared of hashtags, by the way. He's such a pussy bitch, he's scared of hashtags.
That's exactly right. He's got to get your ass out from behind that goddamn keyboard. That's why you got a stomachache all the fucking time, because you sit there talking shit too much. Get up and walk around.
Says the fat cow herself.
And I'm very curious. I've heard somebody sent me a thing that he's trying to raise $1,400 for
some he did. Oh, he
big special things.
He raised $2,200.
Oh, okay.
I was 25. Sorry.
Mob Crew, well, I have a challenge for you, Bubba. Show where every fucking penny of it.
Nobody gets to tell anybody on these platforms, because if that's the case, the bitch that you're talking to right here behind my face, right here, has $100,000. She needs to be ponying it up. So let's ask her where every single penny went, shall we? Freaking crackpot, crackhead piece of shit.
Went.
Oh no,
How about that?
it gets better. It gets better. Well, I forgot to tell you. Hold on. He can't tell you where it's gonna go, or how it's gonna get spent, or who it's gonna get spent on, or when. But just know that it's gonna get spent on Sebastian.
Well, just know, and I'm telling you flat out,
We want the fucking receipts.
he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But I'm gonna tell you just like I've told everybody else. You set foot on my fucking property, one fucking hair, not only will you be trespassed, but you better pray to God they get here before I get my hands on you.
Oh, is that a direct threat to Bullhorn Betty? Maybe we need to clip that and take that to the bank. That sounds like a threat to Betty. I mean, that was more of a threat than me saying, oh, look at the machete I got, that he's like, oh, she's going to chop me up in little bitty pieces for machete. I mean, that's what he basically told under oath. Can't wait for that to come back and bite him in the ass. Piece of shit. Murderous piece of shit. Let me say that. Murderous piece of shit. In my opinion, murderous piece of shit. I just gotta ask, I would ask the question, but, I still have a protective order, so I can't ask the question directly. But you know what? I'll ask my audience. I wonder how it felt. Was it like slicing a fish or what? I keep wondering, because I've cleaned fish before. Was it something like that? Or did he get really, really dirty, And he has the audacity to go and start joking and mocking Seth? All I see every time I see him is him covered in blood. Him covered in blood. Him covered in blood. He's an evil piece of shit.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
That bitch couldn't get fucked if she ran through a field of dicks backwards with her ass cheeks spread wide the fuck open.
Ass cheeks spread wide open. That sounds like sexual harassment. Was Sebastian sexually harassed inside that home? Because his mom was abused like that. Sometimes the abusers become the abused become the abusers. There was a lot of abuse going on in this home. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. We just are coming off the tail end of Ryan Davis, right? What were these parents truly doing to this boy inside that home?
So, you can play that shit for that bitch to you. That's a word you really want to fucking know. She ain't had her fucking feelings crushed, but I'll do my minimum to fucking destroy her fucking feelings. Because quite honestly, that bitch needs to close her fucking mouth before she stuff a whole goddamn turkey and choke on the fucking chick leg on the way down. And hell, by doing it, she might actually do something.
If you're just coming in, you're like, what the hell? Who is that on the other end of this? If you're wondering what the hell is going on, folks, that is the stepfather of a missing child. I know it's shocking. You would never know that there was a child missing with the way he's speaking. But there is. And we believe that him and his wife, we believe his wife killed his son, and we believe that he helped hide the body. And we didn't always believe that way. We were hopeful that this was, they sent this child off someplace, that they did this, that they did that. But at the end of the day, it's been 2 years and nobody has seen this child since this child walked into a home with his mother. He never walked out and he was never seen again. So there's a lot of suspicion on this family. I'm not going to, they've thrown me in jail to try to cover up the truth and to try to make an example out of me to keep people off of him. Not only did I get up and come right back, so did everybody else. We are not going to go anywhere until Sebastian comes home and these animals are thrown in jail for the rest of their life. Chris and Katie deserve to be behind bars for the rest of their life. Chris was an accessory after the fact. He deserves just as much time as his stinking ass wife. Every bit of it. And they can go on these nasty ass channels with all these nasty ass people that do a whole lot of drugs, which we believe both Chris and Katie have done and were doing actively. Christopher Proudfoot has utilized cocaine while he has been in different areas, including Alabama, and then gets up the next day and goes and gets in a tower crane and operates it. Let's talk. You want to talk about the tea? Let's talk about the tea. Right? These people aren't good people. The stuff I'm finding out is not good things. Right? Now, this is allegedly and in my opinion, but these are things that I'm finding out by other people that they're telling me, right? So we're kind of getting an understanding of why Christopher Proudfoot is hanging out with all these drug addicts. Probably because he's either supplying or picking up. Law enforcement, you should be watching Christopher Proudfoot's movements. I bet you he's doing some unlawful stuff. You might be able to pick them up. No, what am I talking about? Sumner County don't care about charging people that are guilty of crimes. They're making too much money arresting innocent people in their community, aren't they? They're keeping their district attorneys and full. They're keeping their defense attorneys full. They're keeping they're making buku bucks on these false DUI charges, right? They're making buku bucks. How many tens of thousands of dollars did I take out of your community? I took out $200 million from that community. Still not enough. Still not enough. They need more. They haven't learned their lesson yet. They haven't learned their lesson yet. Wonder what nut houses are there. I have too much time to baby, you're killing me. Hey, Sally, the boss. It's nice to see you. So, this asshole has been on for 2 years complaining about how everybody's been threatening him. But every time we pull up these shows, we hear nobody threatening him. Mob Crew's never threatened him. I've never threatened him. Nobody's ever threatened him. But guess what? BJ's never threatened him. But you know what? The unscrupulous PIs that used to work for Seth never threatened him. But he has always threatened everyone. He thought he was going to push his weight around to a bunch of women, but he didn't realize I was in construction sites. Nobody's going to put their hands on me, touch me, talk to me, or anything like that. You come near me, boo-boo, I'm putting you on your fucking ass. Plain and simple. I'm not a bad ass. But one thing I will not do is allow somebody to put their hands on me. Okay? You better knock me the fuck out or kill me. I'm telling you right now, because I will whip your ever-loving ass. I don't care who it is. And you can call law enforcement and say, oh my God, Betty's threatening people. Yeah, if you put your hands on me, I would watch out. Okay? My sheriff's officers here in Manatee County will not put their hands on anybody unless it is warranted. Why? Because it's a violation of law. It's a violation of law. But these people out in Texas, or Tennessee rather, think that the women back down when they're intimidated. Okay? And so they've always used this intimidation factor toward women. Seems like they oppress a lot of women in Tennessee, don't they? So what they did not expect is a bullhorn Betty, a lady from Florida that don't rely on nobody to do shit, that has my own political capital, right? I'm a freight line. You do not want to get in front of me. And it took this whole community a little while, a little pissing contest to realize who has the bigger dick, okay? And you can say a lot of things about Betty, but one thing you cannot say about me is me breaking the law. I do not break the law. I work around the clock to make sure I follow the law. I push it. I come right to the line, but never cross the line. And I will continue to do that. Why? Because I'm allowed to. The law lets me do it. And so I don't care about your opinion on my conduct. I care about whether my conduct's lawful or legal, and it is. However, the conduct I've seen from law enforcement has not been. The conduct I see by your own citizens have not been. They've been a violation of your law. But it's funny because when it comes to their citizens, they don't arrest them when they violate the law. But they arrest non-citizens when they don't violate the law. We got a problem in this community. And those are going to be rectified when I go in there February. Now, are they going to arrest me when I get out there? I don't know. I don't care. I'm done caring at this point. They're not going to intimidate me from doing my job. And trust me, if they touch me again, it's going to look really, really bad for them legally. Okay? So I'm gambling on the fact that I'm thinking they're not going to touch me. They can't touch me. I mean, they could. They could absolutely touch me. But I can tell you by the time I'm done with them, they would owe me millions of dollars after this time. Millions of dollars. taxpayers would be paying me because I would sue the shit out of your county. Okay? I might even sue the shit out of this state. So I'm not sure how that would all go, but I really do believe if they touch me again, I'm going to be living in a mansion, and it's going to be off the taxpayers of Sumner County. And I'm perfectly fine living in a mansion off the backs of the taxpayers of Sumner County. I would not lose any sleep. I just want to make sure you know that. I would not lose any sleep. So my point in telling you that is you might want to get your politicians in check and make sure they're not going to charge you millions of dollars in taxes that are going to ultimately make me live in my mansion. Just saying. Especially if the people out there in Sumner County don't even like Betty, right? I mean, you really, really get under your craw if I'm living in a mansion on the water because of all y'all. That would really kind of sting just a little bit, wouldn't it? And you know I'd be on my camera rubbing it in every single day. I'd be like, oh, look at me. Look at me backstroking it in my Olympic-sized pool. Thank you, Sumner County. Thank you. Oh, look at this beautiful view. Oh, look at this Porsche I'm driving around. Oh, look at how nice it is. Oh, thank you, Sumner County. Thank you, right? Oh, let me get my butt all over it. Thank you, Sumner County. Do you want Betty like that? I don't know, Sumner County, you're getting pretty close. You're getting pretty close. I want the mansion, okay? I don't want the fight. But I'll get my mansion if you keep playing. What you bet? You want to gamble? Sumner County? You want to gamble? I'm not a gambling woman. But we'll gamble. I'll throw the dice. I'm coming. Trust me, I'm throwing the dice now, aren't I? I'm sure gambling that you bitches ain't touching me. Sure gambling on that. But we'll see. We'll see when I get there. Oh, you thought I was going to be respectful and nice, huh? I'll be respectful and nice when I get there. But until I get there, I'm still on my time, not Sebastian's. I'm still on my time, not Sebastian. Sheriff Snuggle Struggles. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll go through that. Send me the link to where he was at. And every time you guys hear Chris or Katie anywhere, send me the link because I want to download it, make sure we have it. We need to make sure that we have the transcript. You guys know we're building the database. We already know they're guilty as shit, but hey, might as well have AI say it too, so at least we're on the good side of everything, right? So let's keep plugging away, plugging and chugging, folks. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys learned something. We talked about Trump. His life was yet again put in danger. They had to change his drive to the airport. Excuse me. We have the update. We got to see Dr. Michael McKee go in front of the judge and speak for the first time after allegedly murdering his ex-wife and her new husband. And then, of course, we talked about Sebastian Rogers, the unscrupulous PI. I got $10 on Betty. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's sweet. And we got to dive into the unscrupulous PI and his alleged leaked report, which wasn't leaked. He was just trying to stick his toe back in to the Sebastian case and try to get some attention because he lied to a whole bunch of people online about the David and Celeste. And I tried telling all these people, including my BFF, Ashley Banfield, which I cannot even stand. And I tried to warn her about this unscrupulous PI. She didn't want to listen. They kept putting him up on court TV. You know, Vinnie Politan didn't want to listen. Nobody wanted to listen. They all think he's being truthful and honest. And every time we cover him on this show, we find out that he's deceptive, lying, and manufacturing reports and evidence in a missing person child's case. And you're telling me that you put him on and he showed you guys some evidence that he probably manipulated, and you just informed the entire millions of people on bunk information. Shame on Court TV and News Nation for continuously putting this unscrupulous PI on your show, especially when the Bullhorn Betty show keeps proving over and over and over again his documents and evidence cannot be relied on because he manufactures them. He got that from JLR, okay? Let's not forget who JLR is, okay? I don't even think JLR is even in true crime anymore because he got busted so bad manufacturing bullshit. I think he tapped out, right? He's done. He's done, which is fine. It's fine, right? It's fine. He didn't do very well anyways. I mean, he did until he got his feelings hurt and started lying about a whole bunch of people. And then he tried to take his reputation and become an unscrupulous PI himself, right? An unscrupulous journalist that lost all journalistic integrity. Now I'm seeing he's getting some of the journalistic integrity back, but it seems like he tapped out of the true crime market, so which I'm perfectly fine with. Didn't want him, didn't need him. Good riddance. Have a great life, great day. We are going to be going in for the first time. This will be the first time I'm covering Alec Murdaugh without the sidekick, right? So this will be pretty exciting. I'll be happy for the first time going out there and looking out and not seeing an ugly sight that I have to deal with for the entire time, right? So anyways, guys, thanks for being here. Don't forget, we are planning on going to the Alec Murdaugh trial. As you know, this is going to be tight for me, and why we're raising a little bit of money here. It's because we haven't gone anywhere for years, and all the money we've been raising is in an account for the attorney. We have, I'm going to Tallahassee, which I'm working on videos. I'll be working on that today. I'm going to prepare you guys some videos so you're not without my content, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to come live to you at least on the 19th, the 20th and the 21st. And I'll be traveling on the 19th and the 22nd. So I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to give you guys the lineup. Don't hold my feet to the fire on this, please, because where the hell is my list? I'm not losing my shit here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm working right now. I'm doing all the pulling the B-roll and the timeline, getting the timeline done for D. Warner, which is why I if you guys have not seen, I did an article on Substack. Where is my stories? There's my profile right there. I was looking at everybody else's story. So there it is. D's murdered in the heartland right there. Do you guys see that? Can you guys see that on screen? Yeah, you guys can see that on the screen. So we do have a Substack account. I do write articles. I am producing some articles on here. But this is one of the kickoffs that we're going to be doing. I'm going to try to get the video recorded, overlays done. I'm going to try to get that completed today and scheduled. So when I'm out of here on the 19th through the 22nd, I'm hoping that we can have some premieres that you guys will watch, where you guys are not just watching, you guys will have the live chat where you guys can communicate with each other like you normally do every day, so you guys don't miss that camaraderie for a week. I don't want to do that to you, so I'm trying to find ways to keep you guys entertained as well as being in the chat with one another. So this is the way I'm doing it. I'm going to try to prepare a 1 to 2 hour show for each of these topics. I'm going to try to do the one for D. Warner, John Benet Ramsey, or Barry Morpheus. I don't know. Right now I'm working on D. Warner. It depends on how much time I have. I may end up breaking it down into series. If I can only do one case and I can get 2 hours in it, I may put it into 3 parts and stretch it out over 3 days. Okay. I just wanted to let you guys know what we're coming up to, because I'm leaving in 6 days. So it's not leaving me a whole lot of time to get you guys to do my job here every day, plus prepare 4 days of content for you in advance, so you guys have some things. So as far as breaking news, you're not going to be having breaking news with Betty. You might have it on the 19th and the 22nd, but the 20th and the 21st is when I'm going to be with politicians. I'm going to be sitting with politicians for 2 solid days. We're going to be going in there with we're going to see what they're going to be talking about. We're going to be listening. I don't know what to expect. It's my first time up there for these Republican lobby days or the Liberty lobby days. So I really don't even know what to expect. I'm not even going to, act like I do. I've never been here before. I've never went to this level before. This is my first time going to our state priorities and going to state legislative stuff. And these are our legislative days. So, I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to have breaks. I don't know if I'm going to be in like classrooms. I don't know what to expect when I get up there, and so without knowing what to expect, it's hard to, schedule lives and everything around that. So please, folks, just bear with me for the 19th through the 22nd, but I am thinking of you and trying to make sure that you guys don't just go without me. But this is very, very, very important for me to do. I want to do this. And I hope that, maybe my experience will help inspire maybe some of you guys to go out there and do this in your state as well. One of the reasons why I bring up the advocacy and me going to my meetings and going to is it fun stuff? Do you guys really want to? No, you don't. Okay, I understand that. But I want to empower the people that want to make a difference, right? Not every one of you are going to be running out to your board of county commissioners or, your city hall meetings just because Betty's doing it. But there are some of you that are going to be inspired to step up and take a leadership role, much like me, because you see what I'm doing, you see that it's important. Something will move you. It's all about planting seeds today that may flourish and grow tomorrow. And that's why I do some of the things that I do. Maybe people out here don't understand, like, why we're a true crime community. Why are you showing this? Because again, for you to be part of the true crime, you are political. So take the mask off, come out of the closet, okay? You are a political animal. Because there's not one person in the true crime community right now, either a content creator or watcher, that's not political. And the reason why I say that is because we're always here wanting to change the system, wanting to stop the nonsense, wanting to have tougher penalties in law for whatever we're covering. Those are political talking points, folks. You are political, okay? I know you're like, I'm shocking your system right now. I'm not political. Yes, you are. Do you think we need tougher penalties for child crimes? Yes. Then you're a political being. You are a political animal. So you know what I do? I look at every single one of you and I say, there is something to be planted in each of you. There's something to be planted in each of you. And one day, because the stuff that was planted in me when I was a teenager did not flourish until I was in my 30s. You guys understand that? It took 15 to 20 years for the seeds that were planted in me to start growing. Okay? So the stuff I'm doing now, I'm Substack irritant. Help me. Illiterate. It's okay. You just got to go in there right here. Let me give you my thing. Just go in there, sub up. And then whenever it'll go to your email or your app, whatever you sign up for, but you don't have to be on the app. Share. Copy link. Okay, I'm put it in the chat now. So you can do that. You can just sign up. If you don't want the app on your phone, like I know that a lot of people's phones are like me, getting gunky and stuff like that. You don't have to have the app. You can sign up for an email and just get it in your email. So it depends on how you like it. But they do have the ability to put videos up here. But if I want videos up, I'm putting them on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. Okay, I'm not putting them up on Substack. Substack is literally for my publications. Okay, it's for articles I'm writing. It's for thought processes. My opinions. But it's all written content. Okay, it's all written content. It's not videos. Will I eventually start adding videos to my content on Substack? I don't know what the future of Substack holds. But for right now, it's not in the future of Substack. Okay, so it's just articles, and it's just, you know, stuff that you would read in People magazine. It'd be stuff that you read in your newspaper, you know, just publications. Okay, publications, not stuff you'd see on social media. All right, guys, rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. And I want to thank everybody before you guys leave for all of the wonderful love and support that you have given me. Melanie, thank you so much. Part of our prayer team, along with Let Them 66. Thank you so much. Cooper is still in need of somebody from Georgia to help get her to Tennessee so she can participate. Thank you so much, Pat, giving us the hippopotamus. Zoom, boom, boom. We've got Outer Banks. Betty, did I hear CP was on someone's live? Yes, I did. And from what I hear, it was on chlamydias. It might have been, you know, QBs, but I think it's chlamydias. And did someone say he mentioned you being there? Being where? Did someone say he mentioned you being there? Being where? Now I got to ask this question. Being where? Outer Banks, I'm gonna have to ask. Is Outer Banks still here? I want Outer Banks to ask. I just got to this one. Someone did say he mentioned you being there. Me being where? Because I'm not in any chats. I heard about it this morning. I don't go anywhere. I mean, at the end of the day, I use this computer and my cell phone. If God, Lord, you know, law enforcement needed to find out what I'm doing, where I'm at, and how. I don't think she's here. Oh, okay. Well, if Outer Banks, if you're coming across this later in the show, maybe you're on the replay crew, send an email to me, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. And Evan, baby, just FYI, if you have anything, send it to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. I saw that you were writing in the Messenger. I very rarely ever, just for everybody to know, if you guys think I'm ignoring you, I'm not ignoring you. If you're not sending me emails, then I'm most likely not getting your content or your question or anything until I find it. And usually it's like a year later when I go into like Messenger or into my X comments. I mean, occasionally I go over there and look at that because I know Pebbles writes me some stuff, but she usually sends me a message and says, check your messages, right? And so I know that that's where I check my messages, right? So I mean, there are some things, but but those messengers and stuff like that, I like to funnel them into Gmail because it's something I can you know, flag. I can, if I can't get to it right now, I can keep it there and get back and circle back, or I can move it on, or I can send it out to whoever needs it, or whatever the case may be. It just makes it easier. It's just an easier process for me because I live such a busy life and I'm always on the phone or on the computer or something that I don't have time to check 15 different messaging sites. So if you guys are wondering why I always corral you guys into the Gmail, is because it's easier for me. I know it's not necessarily the most convenient for you, but it's the easiest for me because you got to think of me being as busy as I am behind here. I've got an X, I've got an Instagram, I've got a you know, Facebook, I've got YouTube, I've got, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's next to impossible to keep up with all the messages. So the only way I can keep up with the messages is funneling you guys all to Gmail. So if you guys are wondering why I do that, that's why. It just makes things easier on me. And it's nothing to disrespect you or to ignore you or anything like that. I just can't be 1,000 different places at one time. So I just hope you guys understand it. That's all. That's all. Anyways, guys, have a great day. We'll be back later today. I'm going to be working on getting these videos out. I'm going to be pretty much glued to the seat that you see right here because a video like I'm discussing here is not just going to be like one of our willy-nilly lives. It's got to be at least a little more produced. I've got to find links. I've got to find a B-roll. I've got to do voiceovers. I mean, it's a lot more to do than just turning on the camera and just talking about a case, right? I might do that depending on how long it takes me to do D's. I might just go ahead and do something like that, just talking into a microphone on John Benet Ramsey's case because I'm confused about that, you know? And I'm not liking some of the stuff, like, but I am starting to see why who was it? Is it I think it's the deception detective that believes it was Burke. It's either Lore Lodge or Deception Detective that believes it's Burke. I'm starting to see right now why. It's for the first time in my, I never understood why they believe this or believe that. I mean, some of it did. Like, with it being mom and dad, them being the nearest to this person, statistically, that's what it's going to be. Okay, so everybody's saying DD. So, yeah. I'm starting to see why the Deception Detective is leaning on Burke so much. And I'm very interested, kind of, in all of this. I've been using AI to help me break down some or identify certain areas and then question those certain areas with a little more detail. And because of AI, it's clarified the Burke angle to me. While he was a very young child, if it is Burke, I'm not believing he essayed his sister or anything like that. I'm not there, okay, with that aspect. I don't believe that that's the case, okay? So I want to be very clear on that that's not the angle I'm looking at when it comes to Burke. I'm looking at a very frustrated young boy that lost his cool, and then the parents setting up the scene to protect the son. Now, we know that Burke has sued some news organizations for defamation and won those cases. I'm not in an accusatory manner toward Burke, just an understanding of why people assumed or accused him earlier. So it's going to be a little bit of a dance with John Benet Ramsey, which is why I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to get this done before I leave. So I might focus my 2 videos and break them into 2 parts to cover the 4 days, and it'll be Dee Warner and the Morphew case. I might go ahead and do that. But the John Benet Ramsey is such a large case. It's got so many different issues going on with the case to fairly identify all the issues and all the possible angles in this case. It's just going to take a lot more time, and I don't know if I'm going to have that much time. So I'm already working on Dee Warner. I'm hoping to have at least the rough draft of that video done today, and have it finalized hopefully tomorrow, and then have it in, and it'll be set as a premiere, so you guys have the live chat. But I will not be there, just to let you know. But I think it'll be something you guys will be interested in. So that's where we're at right now. Just wanted to give you guys an update on where we're going to be going. You guys have a great day, and God bless.